Welcome back to some extent. I have a special guest with me today, my best friend, Ansley Miller. This has been a long time coming. Ans, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hey guys. I'm Ansley. I went to UT Knoxville for the past 4 years. I live in Nashville currently, and me and Avery have been best friends for how many years now?
Since junior year of high school.
Oh, what a time, man! What a time.
Yeah, we'll have to tell that story. But whenever you guys hear me talking about my best friend who lives in Nashville, now you could put a face to the name.
Hope it's who you ever thought it would be.
This is who I'm talking about. Unfortunately, we do long distance, so we're doing a virtual episode today. But someday, Ans and I will be back together and we'll do an episode in person.
Yeah, I plan on coming back to Chicago soon, and I'll be back visiting everybody because I'm like a lone man out here.
But I do want to get into how we met because it's kind of a funny story. We always knew of each other, but we never were close, I would say. We always had mutual friends, but we took sociology class together junior year of high school. And it was right after spring break. And of course, spring break comes with a lot of drama. So we had a mutual friend in the class that kind of introduced us in a way to be closer than we were before. And she was out of town still. So it was Ans and I in the class. We were just talking, catching up.
Doing partner work for the class or something random, yeah.
Spring break. And my boyfriend at the time was on the baseball team. And he and the baseball team always go to where? Memphis?
Memphis or Nashville?
Yeah, somewhere in Tennessee.
Somewhere
for a tournament, and a lot of drama happened there. So I was telling her about it. And long story short, I didn't know I was telling the story to her, and she was like, Avery, guess who's involved in that? Me. And I was like,
homegirl was involved.
So yeah, you could tell your side.
So to break it down, basically I'm gonna not name drop, so I'm gonna use two random names. I'm gonna go Hannah and Nick. Okay, so Hannah and Nick were both really best friends at the time. Me and Hannah went to different high schools, and Nick and me went to the same high school, so I kind of set them up. So there was a cheating incident, she got chlamydia. Whole school knew, basically, and so I was the intermediary between them because they were both coming to me and they had broken up, and I'm like, okay, whatever. So it's spring break. Nick is on that baseball trip with Avery's boyfriend at the time, and Hannah is in Naperville. And she's going on a date. She thinks it's a date, maybe it's a hangout. Don't really know. Don't really care. And Nick was texting me about wanting to get back with Hannah, during this time, and Hannah was telling me how she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so over Nick now. But they had dated for 3 years, 3 years, 2 years, And I, trying to be a good human, was like, Nick, don't go back because she cheated, but also just this is what she's saying. And I was like, please don't send her anything I'm telling you because that's just, don't want to get involved. Right. I promise I won't. Homeboy decides to send a screenshot of my screenshot to Hannah, and then Hannah just starts yelling at me over text about how bad a friend I am. And I was like, well, you didn't even tell me you had chlamydia in the first place. I found out from Nick. So anyways, so it was a whole ordeal for the baseball trip. And so boys were tweeting everything and stuff. And so the conversation with me and Avery happened where it was oh, her boyfriend at the time was yeah, one of Noah's friends was kind of helping him out through it and just saying what she was saying and kind of let him know what was up. And I was like, Avery, you don't know who that friend is? She was, who? It's it's me. I knew the whole tea. So yeah, that's how we met. And I'm not the drama. That is not me. I was just trying to be a good homie, but evidently it came to bite me back. So the girl wasn't a good homie though, since she's not home anymore.
Right. No, it was just funny because then Anthony and I are bonding over this story that I was telling her, but little did I know she already knew the whole story way better than I did. But yeah, ever since we've been best friends. Of course, bonding over high school drama,
Oh,
but
absolutely, yeah. It was just a very coincidental, like, oh,
incident.
one of his friends, and it was like, no, like I was that friend. But it was
Literally.
you. So yeah, we've
Um,
been best friends ever since.
yep. But I've been wanting to have Anne's on for a while. I've been trying to like wait until we were in person, but then we kept missing each other and whatever.
Long
So
distance
you know,
sucks.
yeah, it does. Sad.
Mhm.
But today we want to talk about what's in and out this summer and how to prep for your best hot girl summer, hot boy summer, hot summer. Okay? Because it's summertime and we're excited, and summertime's the best. It's the best season. Come on.
I
Um,
think fall's pretty good too, but summer is sick.
I know I do love fall, but
Oh,
summer is just
fall.
like I don't know. It's something about it. I
It's
guess now we have to work though, so it doesn't
yeah,
feel like a whole summer compared to like when you're in school and you have summer break and you're off. But it'll
my
still be fun.
yeah, like our siblings.
Right, literally. Okay, so we kind of came up with a list. So let's start with that, and then we can always like pop things in there as they come out. So we're gonna start with the ins. First in is working out. And that doesn't mean it has to be like a whole ass 10-hour workout. I'm just talking about like going on hot girl walks, hikes, Pilates, whatever you're doing. I figured out for me, like, do workouts that you enjoy. Don't
Yeah.
you agree? Like, what are you into right now? I feel like you're really
Well,
into Pilates.
I'm really into Pilates. I love strength training a lot. I like
Mhm.
lifting weights and doing that, and then walking is just fun because you can go incline, you can go fast, slow. You can just do your own pace, which I think is great. But I would say I'm definitely liking Pilates a lot.
Mhm.
Not really into Orange Theory. I don't think.
See,
Just
I've never
hasn't.
tried that class.
See, it's very hit oriented, so it's just like you could do that on YouTube.
Yeah,
You can like get a membership and have someone look at the mic tell you when to switch.
I know. You need to try solid core with me because I feel like you'll like it a lot. But we're just try to work out every single day, or at least 5 times a day. That's what I like to do, and it could literally
Oh,
just
a
be
day
walk.
or a week?
What? No,
A day.
not a day. Just in the
I
week.
was like, okay, grind season. ASA gets summer era to a different level.
No, not 5 times a day. 5 times a week. I do not work out on the weekends unless it's like a hike, which is still like fun. It's not really a workout to me, but it is. You
It's like
know?
it's rest
Yeah.
days. Yeah.
Okay, second one is being outside. That's a huge one for me. Denver weather's been terrible. I've been complaining to Ansley all the time because Nashville's so nice. But it's finally nice. I've been at the pool like all weekend. Whether that's like going to the pool, hiking, camping. Like we're going camping for the 4th of July. I know Ansley's going to the
I'm
beach.
going to the beach.
I have a balcony, so I like to work on my balcony because I work from home. Just nice to like get outside and get some fresh air. Touch some grass, people. You need it. Seriously.
Be one with the earth for real.
Yeah, like ground yourself. I feel like summer is a great time to do that.
It is.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. I think definitely during COVID, and I'm sure just in general, we were so constrained in being inside and had like that boundary of like, oh, the virus, and I feel like because working from home is now like become such a
It's everywhere. Like everyone's doing
heavily
it.
used like in every job usually nowadays. I feel like it's very rare to have like a fully in person, no remote
Right.
option. So I feel like because like we have the luxury of being able to work at home, sometimes it is nice to go to a coffee shop or get outside and like explore your city. It's like a very nice option as well. So I completely agree with that.
I agree. Going off of that, being in the sun too, getting tan, getting some vitamin D. We're both from Illinois, so the sun is so nice when it's out.
Yes, if you can't tell on the video, Avery's got a little bit more sun than I have, so I have a little more catching up to do.
But summer just started, so it's okay. But wear your sunscreen.
Oh, SPF is in. SPF is in. Like
It's
sunscreen's in. Face
a
sunscreen is.
whole body. Okay, something in for me is trying to do like the clean girl makeup, like natural. Like
Mhm.
the summer, since I'm tan, I feel like I don't need to wear face makeup as much, and I feel like my acne cleans up because of the sun. I don't know if you feel the same way. So like clean girl, being clean and I don't know, put
Like
together.
simplifying your routine. You know,
Yeah,
like it's like that. I feel like definitely nowadays with like trends on like, I just feel like it's like a very popular trend in TikTok, Instagram to have very like simplified routines and be very natural. I think that's even just with summer and even winter, it's just become more of a progressive norm.
I agree, but I'm like loving it. Like I love it.
Oh, my time is much better managed now because how
Yeah.
simple it is. Yeah.
And another key thing I use all the time is Aquaphor. It's literally like a lifesaver to me, especially like being in the sun and like let's say you're getting dry or like peeling, Aquaphor everywhere, aloe everywhere.
Aloe is like this key.
Yeah, need it.
See, I'm not a big Aquaphor girl, but I have like this lip mask, probably some trend. I don't even know. It's just been a holy grail for me. But
Yeah, keeping your holy girls, they're best things ever. Okay, another thing for me, which I know we always say, Anne's and I especially, is reading. I'm telling you.
yeah, see,
I'm
like
really
in spurts. Like I really do enjoy it. It's just like sometimes I just want to watch Ted Lasso and I forget the books on the bedside.
like I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't like reading. I don't. But I know it's so good for me. So I wanna like enjoy it, but I just don't. But I've been bringing a book to the pool and that's like been fine. Cause then it's like, okay, I'm doing something. Cause usually just like popping music or I'm like with a friend or listening to a podcast. So I'm like, okay, no. If I'm alone, bring a book. And you're forcing yourself to read if you're in the sun. And it's nice. I look wholesome, I feel like.
It's an
I don't,
aesthetic for sure. I just feel like summer though is very just like reading is like what's the word for it? I guess normalized, or it's just like you see it more often than you
yeah.
do.
So that's in my in list, but we'll see if it stays in.
It's progressively coming in.
Yeah, like I want it to be in
Yeah.
so badly. Anne and I try to do like a little book club thing too, where we buy the same book and then like read it
See, we've talked
together.
about it. It's the thing is we talk about it and we're like, oh yeah. Then that's the like the
Yeah.
book doesn't get bought, doesn't get read. It's just like at word of mouth.
We try. The effort's there. It's just the execution is not.
Yeah. I mean, I've read at least like 3 books this year, which I guess is
See, I'm more of like an audible girl. Like I like to like read.
audiobooks.
Yeah, or I guess it's not technically reading, but listening to books
Yeah.
over like headphones. I'm actually reading one right now called what is it? The Creative Act. It's Rick Rubin's book. So good. Nolan put me on. I'll have to share that, but
No.
that is something that's in my in list, but we'll see. Also, something that's helped me is like journaling and meditating. I know I've mentioned this a lot in previous podcasts, but like journaling has always been in my routine.
Yeah.
It helps me be more present, but then meditating and also reading too really helped me to be more present because I feel like I need to focus on being in the moment more than like worrying for the future, worrying about the past. So that's kind of something that is in for me this summer, but it's also like already been in for me.
Yeah.
In general.
I would say like I'm definitely in that realm of like that wavelength. I think I have done journaling, but I want to take a break from it to see if like just to try something else out. You know what I mean? everything's always good to like just try out and see different things. Because
Test.
meditation hasn't always been for me. It's just like I've tried it, I just can't really get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Journaling is great for me, but now I'm trying to be more present. So I guess like not focusing on like just being, I guess, in my own tunnel vision,
Right.
just like in my life. So
Yeah.
seeing how that's gonna work out, and if I need to go back to journaling, I always have it. You know what I mean?
I like that you said that because, some things don't always serve you for ever. It's like you go through phases. Everyone goes through phases, whether that's like seasonally phases or just phases throughout your life where
Yeah.
some things really help at one point in your life and maybe they don't help anymore. And that's like okay. It's okay to like stop things that you once really liked and enjoyed and was in your routine that like just don't help anymore. So that's good that you mentioned that. Okay, this one's the next one is something I don't have. Ansley knows this too. Being like naked and comfortable in your own body is in, you guys. I am
Self
the naked neighbor.
self love is in.
Yeah, self love. Especially because summer to me is like you're in a bikini, you're at the pool, you're at the beach, you want to be confident in yourself. Accept where you are at. Whether
Yeah,
that's, like you're never going to be, sorry, I mean, some people might be like, I guess, what am I trying to say? Like, pleased with how they look, but
yeah,
usually people are never satisfied. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You could
It's always
always
you're your worst critic. Like you're
right,
like yeah, you're always gonna find something like, oh, this girl has this or this girl has this. And I feel like girls, I mean, I feel like guys, it's not normalized for guys as much. I mean, guys, I think sometimes think it too.
yeah, like
But girls,
comparing yourself
yeah, but girls
to
I definitely feel like are more vocal about, well, not more vocal, but I guess it's more, what's the word? Like,
it's more like of a thing for girls and guys. Like I get what you're saying. Like guys are more quiet about it. It's not much of a thing. But I know boys get self conscious too.
yeah, absolutely.
So I guess what's in is being confident in yourself, loving yourself, being proud of yourself, no matter how you look and how actually like happy you are, just, be confident. I feel like once you like act confident, people will see that and pick up on that.
And accept
Um,
like what God gave you, like
right.
accepting like body you're in, and just like you can work out and you can do all of that and be kind to yourself. And like
Mhm.
I just feel that once you accept the fact of who you are, it makes life just go a little bit easier for you. And you can still work to get those things, I definitely think, but I think it's like once you have an acceptance, it's like a
Right.
peace of mind kind of ordeal.
That's something I'm learning too is like accepting where you're at.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm realizing like you'll never be satisfied. Once you like lose that weight, you're gonna want to lose 5 more pounds or gain it, whatever you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So just accepting yourself where you are and being happy this summer. Okay, another one is being in your villain era. And I need to explain this because it sounds like, okay, I'm going to be a bitch all summer. Like, no. It means just putting yourself first. Be nice to everyone, always. I'm not saying be mean, but put yourself first. Like if you don't want to do something, don't do it. Don't commit to it. Do what you really want to do. If you want to
Yeah.
wear something, do it. Putting yourself first is in.
I think it's like being selfish, but like not. I guess it's like being selfish for yourself. Do like, would someone else do this for me? Like, don't go out of your way to do something else if like you don't. I mean, I am somebody that always like puts others before myself. That's just who I feel like we both are like that. And I feel like with being selfish, it's just like, okay, if you don't feel like doing something, don't feel obligated to say yeah. Or
Exactly.
don't feel like they're gonna get mad at you because you're not doing something, or don't change your entire schedule just because you want to like satisfy other people and you're gonna get stressed out. It's just more like putting yourself and your needs like first is very important because it reminds you to like self-love and being present with yourself.
Exactly. Love it. Hit it. Hit the nail right on the head. Going off of that, we want to do solo dates, which is something I've never actually I kind of do it. Like I'm thinking like farmers market, whether that's shopping by yourself, going thrifting, buying yourself flowers at Trader Joe's, things like that, like little things that you I don't know, could expect from other people, whether that's your partner, like a friend, or whoever it is. But solo dates can go along with the villain era, putting yourself first. This summer, you're focused on you and only you.
No, yeah. I mean, we're also saying like we're not like, oh yeah, like let's be selfish, like go, we're awesome. But no, it's just like it's I think prioritizing like what you want to do
Yeah.
and also taking consideration what other people are wanting to do. Like don't be like just super I don't know, what's the word like
Don't be mean or rude to other
yourself.
people.
That's like
Yeah.
It's just like if you are like, oh, I don't really want to do that, then say that and be like, I don't want to go do that.
Exactly. What else are we doing this? Oh my god, Ansley's gonna love this one.
Hmm.
I'm an in for me is I'm in my country phase, you guys, which if you know me, I used to hate country music. Like I wouldn't listen to it anytime. Ansley and Lex both like love it. And I was like, shut it off, shut it off. Like I can't do it. But I've always owned cowboy boots. So like cowboy boots is in the summer. I have a cowboy hat that's in. I know Ansley does too.
I actually
And
don't have one, unfortunately. No.
you gotta steal one.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna pull up Robin really fast. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get you one.
Cool. Thank you.
But country music
Yeah.
is
It's
in.
very summer. I think country is just such a summer. Because Lex, I feel like listens to country music all year long, which no shade. I mean, people love that, and that's great. I, however, don't. For me, it's like scenery and what you're doing. I feel like when driving country music with the windows down, sunny, yeah, like it's fun.
Right.
If it's winter and you're by the fire and you want to listen to country girl shake it for me, like that's not my vibe. like, like it's just I think like country. I love it, but it's just like it needs to be paired with something else that's going on that like elevates it. You know what I mean?
It's been so weird because I'm a person like, okay, I used to hate it and not listen to it at all, and then obviously like, my friends like it, so I'll put up with it. And you're right, like at like a lake house or you're going to the beach, like that's perfect time. We're going camping this weekend, like things like that. 4th of July screams country music to me. Lex is gone in Japan and has been for like 2 weeks, and for some reason, right when he leaves, I'm listening to country music on my own. I like had to check my
What?
I had to like check myself and be like, wait, am I okay? Like this is so off brand for me.
No, I am like
Shocked. She's speechless.
No, this wasn't even like staged. I'm like genuinely in awe. Like, well, who are you listening to?
Okay, I've been loving Morgan Wallen and Chris Stapleton.
Solid choice.
I love them too. So that's in my in list because I feel like it's summery. It makes me happy too. It reminds me of like happy times. It's a phase, you guys. I don't know if I love it or not.
You can't go back. You always have a little bit in you.
I knew telling you this, you would be like, what the hell?
No, I literally am like, what?
So yeah, that's I had to get that off my chest.
Thank you. Come to our confession. It's like a confessional over now.
Yeah, literally. Okay, another thing is I don't know if you do this, but I love making mood boards.
See, I'm not like a big mood. Like I just have too much ADHD to where like I get overwhelmed and I'm like, oh, what goes here? I don't have like I'm literally like I can't do a mood board.
I think it's because like I like quit social media and then I got back into it and I put the parental controls, like the 30-minute max on my phone again, and I've been loving Pinterest. Like because I'm not scrolling on TikTok or Instagram. I love Pinterest. So like pinning things. I'm also like moving soon, so I'm like pinning things like what I want my house to look like or my room to look like next or for like when I move. Things like that. I don't know, I love it.
I do like Pinterest. Pinterest is was TikTok like pre-TikTok in a way, I feel like, with
Yeah.
like recipes and
Right.
fashion and different things. And I feel like because TikTok now, it's like people, you can swipe. It's very, but Pinterest is very underrated, I would say.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it's low key. I feel like either people like love it or like don't have it at
It's like
all.
disco for
Right.
sure. In a way of just, yeah, it's either it's used or
Uh,
it's
yeah, but I don't know. I've been using it for like summer wardrobe inspo and again like my house or recipes too. So that's been in my in list.
cooking is in.
Yeah,
Cooking is so in. Oh my
cooking for
gosh.
yourself and for other people too. I like to host.
Like my love language is like one of them's acts of service. So like for me, like cooking for me, I'm like, whoa, like that's
Damn,
literally.
you got a keeper then.
Oh yeah, like if someone cooks for me, it's like you're going home with me.
Boys who know how to cook in.
If you don't know, go on Pinterest and look up a recipe. Like
It is, yeah, you could start with such simple recipes too.
even meal prepping is pretty simple. It's just like it's
Ansla's
easy.
a really good cook.
Oh,
Anytime I go visit her in even like when I came to visit you at Knoxville, like at school, she would literally spoil me 3 times a day, make me a nice coffee, then breakfast, then lunch, then we usually go out to dinner or whatever, but she'd literally always spoil me whenever I'm there.
acts of service, man.
I
How I
love
roll.
no, I like that one. And I also like the idea of cooking with your friends too. Like if you don't want to go out, Edie and I just did this like the other day. We just didn't want to go out. It was a Friday night. We still want to like socialize, just cook together. Or like hosting people over and cooking for a bunch of people is so fun. I feel like a summery thing too. Go barbecue. That's easy.
Before me and you both moved, we had that one night where we made her dad's butter burgers, which are literally like the best, like salivating right now, and like my homemade fries, and then we both had a bottle of red wine that we like saved for each other, and then we like
So good.
it was great, but it was just like those like very quaint moments of just like cooking with each other just is different because like you're laughing. Speaking of cooking, I just had a flashback to Lex. We were making mac and cheese one time.
I knew you were gonna say this.
And he should go on Pinterest. But water's boiling, mac and cheese is going, drinks are flowing. Actually, we're sober, so no, drinks are not flowing
We
yet.
were hungover. It was like the day after 4th of July, so we were so hungover. I think we had mac and cheese for breakfast.
Yeah, I think Lex wanted it, and for whatever reason, butter's in the boiling water. And he's like, "You don't butter the water?" We're like, "Bro, what? Like, no. Like, absolutely not. Like, you don't get away from the kitchen." Like,
It was so funny. The best part too was like I think we put the boys in charge of because we were with our other guy friends and they all thought it was okay too.
yeah, they didn't say nothing wrong with it. I'm like, that's why, like, you're friends with girls. Like,
But yeah, boys, learn how to cook. That could be a goal for you guys this summer if you don't know how to cook or want to get into it.
girl
YouTube,
out,
Pinterest, yeah, learn
have
how
a
to cook.
beer, girl out. I mean, I feel it's pretty macho.
I agree. Okay, the last one on my list is protecting your energy. I've been big into this after my Reiki. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like realizing who you surround yourself with, as in like, okay, who makes you feel good, who makes you feel bad. Keep hanging out with the people that make you feel good and make you happy and make you smile and make you laugh. And notice the people who don't and maybe like kind of, focus on the people that make you feel good. Or even the things that make you feel good. Like if you really like to go hiking, keep doing it. If you like to go to farmers markets, thrift, whatever it may be, hobby wise, keep doing those things and really focus on the good this summer.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to go off of that. Like, I think it also ties back into being selfish with yourself in a way. I think it's very like, don't waste your energy, and if it's draining you and you're like around an individual that is just, you don't like who you are around them, then just like separate yourself. And I think it's just protecting who you are and not molding into like who you don't want to be. I think that's a
Right.
huge thing of just kind of going into values and like friends, and just if it sucks to remove them, I mean, it might suck in the beginning, but also might be at like a peace of mind and better in the end.
I feel like we're all in kind of like a different, like a good transitional time to like going from college to like adult life. You know, I feel like this happened again like with high school going into college too, is you always have all these friends, whether they're college friends, high school friends, and you know, they kind of dwindle down when you move to a new city or get a new job and are on kind of like your own schedule and your own time, whether like you just both stop reaching out or you just don't live at home anymore or whatever it may be. And you can, I definitely like what you said, like being around people that aren't, that don't make you feel good, it is draining, and you could literally feel your energy being so negative or just being drained from it,
Yeah,
compared to being with people, surrounding yourself with people that make you feel good. Like you're
yeah,
not tired after hanging out with them, you could do it all day long, you
yeah.
know. Your energy's healthy and it's good and it's positive compared to bad and negative.
I think also it's just like friendships are a two-way street. And if
Yeah,
you feel like that you're just like, it's just so much coming out of you and you're not receiving anything, but you're not getting any, not, I don't want to say value, but yes, I guess
like
in a sense.
getting anything back. Yeah,
Yeah, not even just like physically, but just like a like a feeling of just like you love being around them. They make you a better person. You feed off their energy. You just, it's fun to be around them. That's super important. And if it's just you feel like you're molding into kind of who they are, that's when you like take a step back and be like,
yeah.
that's not me.
Which obviously it's easier said than done, but once you do it and it's done, you'll feel good. Okay, that was it for my in list. I feel like we forgot some things, but we can always add. But do you have anything else in your in list before we get to the outs?
Um, trying to think. I like making monthly goals. You know, I think for me that's in like just trying to keep myself accountable,
Yeah,
and accountability is in for sure. And calling. I think calling is big. Like
yeah,
texting is hard, but like if you can call someone for like 15 minutes, I always enjoy that because it's just like the thought of that you want to talk to somebody. I like
I
calling.
agree.
That's in. I mean, I feel like that's not really like a summer in, but I just think that like, I guess surrounding yourself and being comfortable with who is in your life, and
Yeah,
I think that's, I think, important. So just knowing and calling them and being
present, like there.
present. Yeah,
No,
basically.
I like that one. Because texting, like, for example, like, I'm such a boring texter. But when I'm calling you, like, it's me, it's my personality, you know? So I agree with that. I feel like calling someone, whether, whatever you need to talk about, it's so much better and more,
Intimate.
yeah, like, you get a lot more out of it because you can actually see their face if you FaceTime or hear their voice at least
Mm-hmm.
than a text.
But texting is great though. I mean, it's awesome. I'm very blessed for it and I love it. It's just sometimes calling just
The
nice.
step up.
It is a step up. It's legit. It's not really like a summer in. It's just an in general. But I think that's a very big in for me at the
No,
moment.
I'm gonna add that to my list. If you guys love gold jewelry as much as I do, you have to check out Slide Jewels. Slide Jewels is a jewelry brand that crafts contemporary and affordable pieces from high-quality stainless steel. From earrings, necklaces, rings, and bracelets, Slide has pieces for everyone. Use code to some extent to get 30% off your purchase. Links and promo code will be in the show notes, so check it out. With good comes the bad. So let's talk about what's out this summer. So the first thing on I know it's on both of our outlets because it's both of our habits is saying sorry. It's something we both always tell each other like not to do because we do it to each other but also to other people. And it's more of like if someone like bumps into me, I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry," instead of like, "Excuse me," or apologizing for like dumb things that you wouldn't
I think
usually
that
apologize for.
yeah, I think it's definitely like you never want to be annoying with always saying sorry, and I think that's a big because I never want to be a burden or annoying, and I feel like saying sorry is like my way of trying not to be, but sometimes it can be that, you know, and so even if it's just like the smallest thing of just hey, can you turn down your music? Oh yeah, sorry, like I'm so sorry, like or like yeah, like that, yeah, just not saying sorry, like hey, I'm so sorry, I had a busy day.
Right. Exactly like that. Like little things I'm always saying sorry for just 'cause it's out of habit. I generally think it's like a Midwest thing because a
Yeah.
lot of my friends don't do it that live
Okay.
here.
And in
And
the South too, they just don't do that.
yeah, they'll call me out for it. Be like, "Why are you always saying sorry?" And I'm like, "It's a really bad habit." And of course, like if I owe you an apology, I will apologize. Like I'm not saying never say sorry. Of course, if it's like a big thing, you get in a fight and it's your fault, apologize.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
saying the little things. So that's a bad habit I'm trying to break.
that's mine.
Um okay, these next two kind of go hand in hand, but like self-doubt, negative talk. I think we talked about kind of like the happy side of it, but it also goes don't
Both
do it.
ways. Yeah.
You know, like if you put on an outfit and you're like, "Oh my god, this is so dumb." Like if Ansley put on an outfit, I would never say that to her. So why would I say it to myself? You know what I'm saying? Like treat yourself like a friend, like how you would tell Ansley, "Okay, Ans, not that I've ever said this to you, but like let's say I don't know, it's just a little funky, like
Or maybe
maybe
like
try something else."
let's
Yeah,
like, what else do you have? Like
right. What are the other options? Talk to yourself like you would to a friend. I feel like that's kind of been helping me because it's easy to be like, oh, I'm so dumb. It was this turn and I got off the wrong exit. It's like you would never tell your friend that. You would never say that to your friend, like, oh my God, you're so dumb for doing that. Or
if
like,
you
I left my keys, you know?
yeah. If
So
you're
talk
doing
to
it
yourself.
goes yeah, if you do say that to a friend, that kind of goes into like what's in about being like present with yourself and your energy, kind of protecting. If the people are like that, protect your energy.
Cut them
Cuts.
out.
Cut them off.
I hope you and your friends aren't talking to each other like that.
They are. Y'all need to reevaluate because I don't think I'd ever talked to anybody like that in my entire life, let alone anybody in my life. So
Um, yeah, I'm glad we're on the same page there. Okay, another one is FOMO, which I have a lot. Even like when Ansley's doing something with her friends in Nashville that I'm not remotely a part of, I'm like, oh my god, I have FOMO.
see, I'm gonna get no. We're like engaging in the FOMO right now as we should,
I
but
know.
the FOMO, I'm gonna get so much FOMO because all of my high school, I don't even like. They're my best friends. Like I don't even. They're like, yes, I have college. Yes, you have high school. Like best friends, like ride or dies. They're all living in Chicago, and I'm out here in the wild Tennessee West. Like I don't even know. Like I'm just out here and like I mean it's not a bad thing. I mean my family's out there. It's just like I'm gonna have so much FOMO not be able to like walk over and say hey.
I know. But like that's the thing. FOMO is so easy to have, but we're trying to make it out. Like you don't owe anyone else anything. You don't need to be doing what everyone else is doing, which I know is hard. But again, do what you want. Don't have FOMO.
Be a villain in the best way.
Yeah. Like if they're all having a party and you don't feel like going out, that's fine. Stay in. Be in your PJs. Do a face mask. Take care of yourself. You're going to thank yourself. You don't always need to have FOMO, which is another bad habit because I always am texting like, oh my God, FOMO.
Yeah.
Oh my God, FOMO. It's like, you don't always need to fear
Yeah.
missing out. It's okay to miss out. Missing out is in. FOMO is out.
It's okay to miss out because that means that I believe everything happens for a reason, and I wholeheartedly. Sometimes it's like you don't really understand why it's happening, but it's meant to happen. But I do feel like because if you decide to make a choice of not doing something and you do get FOMO, I think the reason you didn't go out was supposed to be that like it was meant to go down that path. So I think
Right.
it's another way to look at it. Like, yeah, I do have FOMO, but I chose it because
You're
it
putting
is.
yourself first.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like these are all kind of intertying into each
Oh,
other.
absolutely.
But okay, another thing is overscheduling and overcommitting, which I find myself doing a lot just because summer it's like I want to do outside, I want to go on a hike, I want to do camping, I want to do everything. But also summer is a time to just do nothing, I feel like, and sit at the pool and chill. So don't like over schedule yourself and overwork yourself because that's when I feel like people start to flake and cancel. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like if I'm packed and we schedule like dinner together, but I just went to the pool and then I went shopping and then I did this and this and this and like I'm just dead and I cancel dinner. It's like it's better to go with the flow and not have plans and set plans as you feel the need for them than to like flake on someone or to like bail out.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm trying not to do anything and just go with the flow, which sometimes can be hard. I am a planner, I feel like too.
I have a to-do list, like to-do list binder, like in my desk. Like I to-do list everything, like starting the day. Like that is like I'm just so
Yeah.
anally like scheduled. Like I like having a schedule, and like I definitely think being go with the flow is a challenge because it's just like sometimes you want to take the reins and like
Right.
what's the plan. But no, I think I definitely agree with that for sure.
Which will be hard. A lot of these outs are hard, but they'll be good.
They're
Um,
challenging notes.
yeah. Another thing is comparing. This kind of goes along with like being comfortable in your own skin and not comparing yourself to others. But this means like whether it's in person, like physically, or like on social media or whatever it may be that you're comparing yourself to. Even just not even people, but like experiences. Like a lot of people are abroad right now, and I find myself being like, oh my God, they're so lucky. It's like, no, I did that too last year. Like, don't compare your summer to someone else's.
Everyone's
Again,
gonna have an experience for sure.
yeah, like your life, your experience is going to be so different from everyone else's. So be proud of it and like it, and don't, I guess, compare yourself to other people. That's an out for me.
I definitely agree with that. I think it's just like the self talk, kind of the voice in your head that's like, oh, I wish I looked like this, or I wish I had this, and I wish I had these clothes, and it's just very much like the voice in your head. And I think it's
Right.
just being able to find a way to like dial that down and figure
Mm-hmm.
out different ways of the ins to like filter those outs out.
Like the grass will always be greener. You know what I'm saying? Always. But make your grass green too. Water that bitch. Touch some grass.
Yeah, get outside and touch some grass.
Um, okay, this one might shock you. Not shock you, but this is something I'm trying to do is not stay out so late when I go out and also not black out, which I know sounds so bad, but I went through the partying phase throughout college and I need that to end. I need it to be done. I'm done.
I think it's the worst. It's like you go in like the intention of no, it's like a Friday night, or like Saturday, I am gonna do ABCD. I am gonna get all this done. Friday happens, and you're literally pulling trig and throwing up on the bathroom and head hangover Saturday, and you're like, man, I did nothing that I said I was gonna do today.
Exactly. That's my worst thing is I can get hungover from drinking one glass of wine. It's so unfortunate, but it's true. And yeah, when I'm hungover, I'm bedridden. Like I won't do anything. I can't. I can't move. Like I literally can't do anything but eat mac and cheese. Probably.
No,
Sometimes I can't even.
no, I was literally me and my roommate went out one Friday night, And we had no intention of anything in the night. And me and her were back at my apartment by 12:15 because we were that drunk. I had a date the next day. I was literally so hungover, pulled trig, was throwing up stomach bile. I was on my hands and knees like, God, please sober me up to get ready for this date. And by the grace of God, I did. But like in that moment, I'm like, man, Ange, why? Like, why?
Right. Like, why do I do this to myself? Like, why do I want to be in such pain? So I want to, and I feel like it's always like going out for a couple drinks is fine. But once it hits midnight and I'm just keep going and I keep drinking, that's when it turns bad and that's when the hangover will get bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like nothing good happens after midnight in general. So I'm not saying I say this now, but it's one of my goals to not stay out super late and to dial it back on the drinks a little bit.
I think it's like when you hear birds chirp.
Time to go to bed.
It's time to hit the hay, you know? I think with drinking though too, I feel like it's hard because like if it's like a big group setting and you keep wanting to go, it's just hard to like stop. Not stop, that sounds so bad. Stop yourself. No, like I mean like
No, I know what you're saying.
It's just like it's hard to actually execute like once you're actually out and having fun and whatever. And I also do believe though that if you're already at to a certain point, just tell one of your friends, like, hey, don't let me do it. Don't let me drink this. Like I think that's valid. Like being like, hey, make sure I don't like not giving your friend like a chore, but like, yo, if I'm gonna get another drink, tell me no.
Exactly. And then it's like, I don't know. I feel like I've also had like really bad anxiety this year too. And I've never had or dealt with it. So that's another reason I'm like, I need to stop drinking forever.
So after Avery's birthday, I had anxiety for like 4 or 5 days. Like the actual shakes, like my heart was like, but like I was safe. I got home. I don't know why I was anxiety in Nashville. Like what? I was sober. Like
I had anxiety for I think 2 months after my birthday. I hated it. I don't know what it was either. I don't even think we did anything bad. I don't know. I'm just basically my out is going out late and overdoing it.
Overdoing it, yep.
I'm an adult now. I can handle my liquor and go out for a couple drinks and look cute without feeling like shit and not doing anything all Saturday. You know? That's my goal. Okay, I know Ansley's gonna disagree with this one, but pants is on my out list.
See, these bad pants are on, babe. Fully on. I love pants.
See, I don't. Especially, I don't love pants in general. Like, I never have pants on. Even in the winter, it could be dead of winter and I'm in shorts. I don't know. I like it better. But especially in the summer, I'm like, I want to be wearing shirts or skirts and shorts. That's it. I'm in a big skirt phase.
Now that I think about it, though, I don't think I've ever seen you in a pair of leggings in my entire life. Like, genuinely, I don't think I have ever seen you in them.
I just don't like pants.
You own them?
Leggings?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Well, I've just never seen you wear them.
No, I don't, because I don't love them. Like, if I'm working out, like, I'd rather just be in shorts.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's like a heat thing. Like, I just feel better.
It's a heat.
And then it's like in high school, when we went to school, even in college, like I'd wear sweats.
Yeah.
Which I guess are pants, but not leggings.
Yeah, I love a nice trouser. See, I am not. Pants are always in for me. It's like I love jeans. I love a nice jogger. I love a nice cargo. I'm in my trouser phase and blazer phase right now. I feel like that's just super in maybe. But yeah, love a nice pant. Yeah, I did rip one of my favorite pairs of pants though in New York, and that was not fun. I
Yeah,
hate
you
that
wanna
shit.
share that story?
Yeah, so long story short, your girl's a klutz, and where the sidewalk, comes like this, sometimes like the sidewalk can like be uneven that way and like just start a little up. So my foot got caught in like where it starts, and so I like fell and tripped and landed on my hands. Bag goes everywhere, my shit goes everywhere, and my pants, favorite pair of white pants, so they were ripped, and they did rip also, and
Wait,
both
where?
on my knees. So like knee and knee, and then I had a huge gash, like bleeding, and it's still there. The scab just fell off. TMI, sorry, but whatever. And yeah, I had to throw them away. Like there was no saving them. Like New York literally got me.
New York 100, Ansley 0.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't like your ass.
Or my face.
True.
Or
But like
teeth.
the rip? Like I meant like the rip in your pants.
Oh.
It wasn't like your butt.
Oh, I know. God. But like that it was not I was not happy.
Yeah.
Thank God I was drunk though, so I mean it definitely enlightened the mood.
You had a little cushion. A drunk cushion. But that was it for my out list. Is there anything else on yours that we missed?
Let me think about it. I have a good one. Being fake. I don't like fake people. I think it also ties into I think everything we talked about today of just being in your selfish summer era, I guess in a way. I think that it just takes too much energy to be
It
fake,
does.
and I just don't understand it. Like I just would rather be more to myself and have a closer knit than talk mad crap about people and hang out with them and post them on social media. Like I don't understand the
Right.
point of that, and it might be like a maturity thing, I think, also. But in
Yeah.
general, it's just like I think in the summer, just not being a fake person and being enjoyable to be around. So
Yeah.
just
Authentic to yourself. Like moral of the story throughout everything we said, just remember being authentic to yourself. We're wearing little to no makeup, we're being natural, we're getting sun, we are taking care of ourselves, we're protecting our energy. We are in our villain era, I guess. In a
good,
nice
a good villain.
good villain. A villain to protect yourself. I don't want people to come out on this or like listen to this and be like, oh God, they told me to be a bitch and be mean. Like,
They're
no.
like, all right, squad up. Like, where are we going at? You know what I mean? Or like, who wants to ruin the French? Like, just who wants to make some ruin?
Yeah, no.
No, that's not our vibe at all. Like, we are the least problematic people, I think. Yeah, I think we're like the least problematic people. So, we're not saying to be a problem.
No,
We
no.
are trying to say to avoid a problem.
Yes. It'll save everyone time. Okay, to wrap this up, and I always ask 3 questions to our guests whenever they're on. So, are you ready for these?
Oh boy, I guess so.
Okay, first question is, where is your weirdest scar and how did you get it?
Weirdest scar. Weirdest scar. Weirdest scar.
If you have one.
I have I guess it's right here on my wrist. My watch is kind of covering it, but I was trying to curl my hair in like middle school with like the big wide barrels, and I went to like curl it, and I had like receptors just were not there, I guess, and so I burned my thing. And at the time, my dad was playing Y ball. Yeah, and so Craig would always put like tape on his ankle, so I was like, oh yeah, like I just thought he had injuries or something, and so I put the tape around my arm, and it turns out it wasn't gauze, it was like athletic tape. So when that boy came off, the skin and scab and all like another flush of skin was right under there.
Yeah, that's not fun.
So that's I guess my craziest scar.
Oh my god, I feel like we all went through that phase of like burning ourselves, learning how to curl our hair. I always had one like here or here, and it looked like a hickey, but at that time I was like, what, 8? Like,
Who you be smacking on, Ave?
yeah, literally. Okay, thanks for sharing. Second question. What is your reoccurring dream? If you have one. If not, just like tell us a dream that you've had that's like crazy and you want to share.
Crazy dream. Let's see. Man, I had a dream the other day. My dog was reincarnated. That died.
Lucy?
Lucy, yeah, Phoebe and Lucy were balling out, and then I woke up. That was about it.
Wait, you guys, Lucy was her dog, but her spots, she was like white and black spotted. Can you tell them what the spot on her back like looked like?
Huge BBC, like a huge BBC, like. And if you don't know the lingo, use Urban Dictionary. Yeah. BBC for sure. And it wasn't even like, it was just like the most unhinged, like, people were like, huh? It's like, no, it's a T. And I'm like, no, it's circular that way and right down the shaft. So, like, no, it's BBC. Absolutely.
Yeah, 110%. It's so good.
It was, you couldn't miss it.
Rip Lucy.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, last question. What is one of your nicknames and where did it come from? Ansley has so many nicknames, but I know which one she's gonna share. She has so many. Please share it.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, my name's Anus. So basically Finstas were a thing in high school. That was like probably it was like junior year or whatever. And so, everyone does it's their funny name. Like the boys call me Ans Mill, Ans, Mill, and Anus now. And so it came from Finsta. So Finsta, like my Finsta name was Anus Mill 69, haha. But I guess Anus is like Ans, but with the U, so it just stuck. And so people would always just go, oh, Anus! And I'm like, hey. Yeah, so that's...
But, yeah. Like, Ansley, like, owns it.
Oh, like, I don't care.
Like, obviously, I know it's not, like, the best nickname. It's not, like, you're gonna love it, but you, like, own it. Like, even when we go out with our friends, like, remember, like, when we were in Chicago for Eden's and, like, the marathon, the birthday and the marathon, he, like, introduced you as Anus to all of his friends that you haven't met before. And you were like, yep, I'm Anus.
You're like, hey, guys. You're like, huh? I was like, no. Like, it's me. Yeah. They all just call me Anus Mill. It just, I mean, Nate is nut. So I feel like that's also, like, but he's also a dude. I mean, I'm used to it. I feel like everyone's just kind of stuck.
No, she owns up to it. Respect. But yeah. That's our ins and outs and how to prep for hot girl, hot boy, hot summer.
So selfish, good villain era.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks for having me, Dave.
No, thanks for joining. It was so fun. It was more like a catch up.
It really was.
We'll keep a lookout. We'll do one in person too, eventually.
I'll be back. Don't you worry. Don't you miss me too much to some extent. I'll be back.
But thank you for being on. I love you so much.
I love y'all. So
happy Tuesday, everyone.